So we'll be looking at a topic called as human eye, and then you leave space to write to draw the figure. Okay, and then be attentive. Look here, अच्छे से ध्यान देने का. Now, the human eyeball is spherical in shape. The human eyeball is spherical in shape, and it has a diameter of around 2.4 centimeters. Okay? It has a diameter of about 2.4 centimeters. So this is the first point that you will be remembering. Okay? The human eyeball is spherical in shape, and it has a diameter of about 2.4 centimeters. Second point what you remember is there is a transparent bulge on the surface of the eyeball. ये eyeball के surface में you have a transparent bulge, and this bulge which is on the surface of the eyeball is called as cornea. Okay, there is a transparent bulge which is on the surface of the eyeball. This is called as what? Cornea. What is this called as? Cornea. So the human eyeball is spherical in shape, and it has a diameter of about 2.4 centimeters. There is a transparent bulge on the surface of the eyeball called as cornea. Now, whatever light enters the eye, it will enter through cornea. Okay, whatever the light that enters the eye, from where it enters, it will enter through cornea. The fourth point you remember that maximum refraction of light also takes place at cornea. Maximum refraction of light also takes place at cornea. So now you learned about two things. You learned how eyeball is. The eyeball is spherical in shape. It has a diameter of 2.4 centimeters. There is a transparent bulb on the surface of the eyeball called as cornea. Light enters through cornea. Maximum reflection of light takes place at cornea. Now, behind the cornea, okay, behind the cornea, there is a dark fleshy screen. Okay, behind the cornea, what do you have? You have a dark fleshy screen. Now, this dark fleshy screen is called as iris. What is it called as? Iris. Okay, behind the cornea, there is a dark fleshy screen called as iris. Now, if you look at this iris, the color of the iris is different for different people. The color of the iris is what? Different for different. And that is why, see, nowadays you have this thumb impression. Along with thumb impression, what they do? They take the picture of the iris also. Ready? That is why. So you'll remember that behind the cornea there is a dark fleshy screen called as iris. The color of the iris is different for. It is different for different people. क्या समझ में आया? At the center of the iris. At the center of the iris, there is a hole of varying diameter. There is a hole of varying diameter. Varying diameter means the diameter of the hole keeps on changing. Okay? Keeps on changing. You can look at an example of this. You can take a torchlight and then you can go near someone. Don't do that. The person can go blind also. If you take that light near and go far, you'll find that the iris, it widens and it contracts. It widens and it contracts. Okay? Why this happens? This happens because of the hole which is there at the center of the iris. This hole is called as pupil. What is this hole called as? So at the center of the iris, there is a hole of varying diameter. At the center of the iris, there is a hole of now called as pupil. What is it called as? Pupil. What pupil does? The pupil regulates. It regulates the amount of light entering the eye. Okay? What it does? It regulates the amount of light entering the eye. So pupil का main काम यही है. जितना लाइट आ रहा है उसको रेगुलेट करना. ज्यादा लाइट भी नहीं जाना चाहिए. इसीलिए क्या करेगा? जब ज्यादा लाइट आएगा प्यूपिल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा. जब कम लाइट आएगा प्यूपिल वाइडन होगा. So what is the work of the pupil? It will regulate the amount of light entering the eye. If more amount of light enters the eye, the pupil contracts. If less amount of light enters the eye, the pupil widens. If more amount of light enters the eye, the pupil contracts, and if less amount of light enters the eyes, The pupil. समझ में आ रहा है? So all how you say everything about pupil, you say like this. See, from here I am saying, behind the cornea there is a dark fleshy screen called as iris. The color of the iris is different for different people. At the center of the iris there is a hole of varying diameter called as pupil. The pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. If more amount of light enters the eye, the pupil. If less amount of light enters the eye, pupil. कितना समझ में आया? कितना समझ में आया? So I'll repeat once from that point till this point, and I want one of you to tell me the whole point. ठीक है? The human eyeball is spherical in shape and has a diameter of 2.4 centimeter. There is a transparent bulge on the surface of the eyeball called as cornea. Light enters through cornea. Maximum refraction of light takes place at cornea. Behind the cornea, there is a dark fleshy screen called as iris. The color of the iris is different for different people. At the center of the iris, there is a hole of varying diameter called as pupil. The pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. If more amount of light enters the eye, the pupil, and if less amount of light enters the eye, the pupil widens. We'll tell it. We'll say fast. माइक लो और जल्दी बताओ. कौन बताएगा? इतना जी जान लगा के सिखाया मैंने. फास्ट. तरुण बताओ. ये लो माइक लो.
The human eye is spherical in shape and it has a diameter of about 2.4 centimeter. There is a transparent bulge at the in front of the human eye.
On the surface of
the human eye. It is known as cornea. The light enters through the cornea. The light enters through the cornea. Maximum refraction of light occurs. Occurs near the cornea. Behind the cornea, there is a dark fleshy skin. It is known as iris. Iris color of iris is different for different people. Different for different person. At the center of the iris, there is a hole of varying diameter. It is called as pupil. The light enters.
The pupil regulates.
The pupil regulates the amount of the pupil regulates the amount of the light. If there is more amount of light entering the eye, the pupil contracts, and if less amount of light enters the eye, the pupil widens.
You all got this? So all of you will repeat these points. You all will repeat these points. 1, 2, 3, start. Centimeter. There is a transparent bulge on the surface of the eye, called as cornea. Light enters through the cornea. Maximum refraction of light is through the cornea. Behind the cornea, there is a dark fleshy skin called as iris. The color of iris is different for different people. At the center of the iris, there is a hole called as pupil. The pupil regulates the amount of light entering the eye. If more amount of light enters the eye, it contracts. If less amount of light enters the eye, it widens. Getting? Now, behind this pupil, there is a biconvex crystalline lens. Okay? So, behind the pupil, what do you have? Behind the pupil, there is a biconvex crystalline lens. Okay? There is a biconvex crystalline lens. Now, what this lens does, the lens provides fine adjustment of focal length. Okay? What it does? It provides fine adjustment of focal length. Now, what is fine adjustment of focal length? whenever light enters our eyes, the lens are holded by muscles called as ciliary muscles. So the lens will either flatten or it will change its shape and it will change the focal length. Why it does this? It does this so that the clear images are formed on the retina. ठीक है, दिस इज योर रेटिना. रेटिना के ऊपर बरोबर इमेजेस क्या होना चाहिए, रेटिना के स्क्रीन के ऊपर आना चाहिए. ठीक है, इसीलिए व्हाट लेंस डज, इट एडजस्ट्स इट्स फोकल लेंथ. so what is the purpose of lens which is behind the what do you call pupil? The lens, it provides fine adjustment of focal length so that real and inverted images are formed on the retina. You got this? So behind the pupil there is what? There is a biconvex stellate. What the lens does? It provides. Why it is providing fine adjustment of focal length? So that you got this much? Getting? Now we'll be learning about retina. What is retina? Retina is a light sensitive screen. Retina is a light sensitive screen. As soon as the light falls on the retina, the cells of the retina will illuminate. Okay? The cells of the retina will illuminate. And on illumination, these cells will generate electrical signals. These cells will generate what? Which signals? Electrical signals. These electrical signals are passed to the brain through a nerve called as optic nerve. Okay? यहाँ पे तुम देखोगे nerves होता है अपने eyes में. Okay? The nerves present in the eyes are connected to the brain. These nerves are called as optic nerves. So as soon as light falls on the retina, what will happen? The cells of the retina will illuminate and it will generate electrical signals. These electrical signals is passed to what? The brain. Through which nerve? Through optic nerve. Now what the brain does? The brain interprets these signals. The brain interprets this signal in such a way that we perceive the object as it is. We perceive the object as it is. Object जैसा है वैसे ही हमको दिखाई देता है. समझ में आ रहा है? So यहाँ पे रेटिना क्या है? Retina is a light sensitive screen. Okay? It gets illuminated when light falls on the cells. It gets illuminated and generate electrical signals. These electrical signals are passed through the brain. The brain will interpret these signals and convert it into such a way that we perceive the object as it is, yeah, as they are. इतना समझ में आया? This is all about a human. समझ में आया? तो प्यूपिल क्या करता है? लाइट को कंट्रोल करता है. प्यूपिल के पीछे लेंस है. लेंस क्या करता है? It provides fine adjustment of focal length so that real and inverted images are formed on the retina. Is a light sensitive screen. When light falls on retina, its cells get illuminated and generate electrical signals. These electrical signals are passed to the brain. The brain interprets these signals. Now you'll write the whole short note of the human eye and then by heart it and you'll tell it to me now. Okay? Come on.